welcome to episode 30 of BRB Geek Speak, your place for all your nerdy needs on BigRabBow.com. I'm your host Lauren, and with me as always is the Baroness of Butts, the Bootylicious, Auntie Alex.
I swing my booty! Hello!
And the magnificently maleficent Pokemonica.
Mwah.
You're Maleficent now.
That's
I think you got
fine for
an
me.
upgrade.
That's cool.
This week we do have something extra special. We have a fourth chair in the guise of Bleezeboy Josh from the forums. He is also, some of you might be aware, he is doing the art and cover work for BRB UK. So say hello to Josh.
Hi.
Josh said hello to Josh. Cool.
Josh said hello to
Hi Josh, how's it going?
I was hoping you two would say hello to him.
Oh, hi. Oh, that's weird because we already said hello to him.
No, we haven't. This is all new and fresh and awesome.
We don't talk about that.
Alright, so as always, we will start off with our time waster of the week, which comes to us courtesy of Spiky Chris. So we have a video about,
No,
it's go on, Alex, you know more than this.
Well, if you, I mean you know more, I watched one of the videos because most of them are about an hour long, then yeah, okay, I know more. No, Spiky Chris sent me in this link as this guy that does sort of history of video games, which is, quite interesting. The one that I was watching is called Nuclear Fruit, How the Cold War Shaped Video Games, which is quite
That
informative.
sounds cool.
Other things that he does is Retro Ahoy, Half-Life, Retro Ahoy Doom, so I guess he just talks about the history of those games there, Retro Ahoy Wolfenstein 3D, a brief history of graphics, and so on and so on. They've done really, really, really well, actually. A lot of what I think are just custom designed graphics for these videos, and very informative and very interesting. I was kind of sneakily listening to it at work for a little bit, but then I had to work. So, yep. Link will be in the post notes, so go check it out. Really interesting stuff.
Okay. So we have all been playing a fair few video games this week. Monica, you've been playing The Division, haven't you?
Yeah, I've gotten to the beta because we pre-ordered it. Yeah, do you want to ask me stuff about it? Shall I just go on a big old monologue, or how do you want to do it?
Go for it. I haven't actually played it. I've only seen Coleman play a few bits.
I played it.
You played it? Awesome.
Yep.
So,
Wait, sorry. What's the Division about? Because I hear, 3 different things from,
It's
10
an
different
RPG.
people.
Well, if you didn't know, it's an RPG, which is apparently a really big deal. Except it's really not a big deal. No, it's set in New York, so supposedly during Black Friday sales, someone spread a virus and it was on the money, and loads of people died, and then chaos, and sadly not zombies.
Aww.
Oh well. And so the whole of New York City is on lockdown, and parts of it are contaminated, and you're kind of being sent in as a special task force to try and rebuild and fix some of it up. And there's a whole mix of crazy criminals in there, and just random people, and dudes with flamethrowers because reasons.
I did not like those people at all.
They were really hard to kill. Really, really hard to kill. So what you get to play in the beta is you just go in, you can do a couple of missions, get to level 8 or something, and go to the Dark Zone. So there's a place called the Dark Zone, which is essentially like playing RuneScape back in the day. If somebody kills you, you drop all your loot. And you can, if they don't pick it up, or if an enemy kills you, you can go back and get your loot back as long as no one else has grabbed it. And you can hold only a limited amount of loot. And once if you want to keep a hold of it, you have to do an extraction, which is you go to some set point, you set off a flare gun, everybody and the dog knows where you are, and you have to stay alive until the helicopter drops a little fishing line down, and you just attach your swag to it, and it flies off, and you can have it back at base. We got killed a lot.
There was a lot of ambush points at those helicopter points, because
Yeah.
it just the flare would go up, and then about 15 players would be there, and everyone would be really paranoidly looking at each other going, are you going to kill me? I like my stuff where it is right now.
Yeah, it's like, well, who's got the loot? Has he got the loot? I bet he's got a sweet, sweet pair of sneakers that I can grab.
You'd get the one guy that would very slowly approach the helicopter fishing line, and he'd be looking around at everyone, and everyone else would be in cover. It'd be the closest thing you can get to standoff in like a Western film.
Yeah.
And just everyone's shiftily looking at each other going, who's going to fire the first shot?
And then there's a one person doing jumping jacks. Yeah, we got... we turned on some people, but there's some extraction points that were worse than others. The rooftops were just murder, because it spawned NPC enemies as well for some reason.
I didn't have that. I mainly stuck to the streets because I worked out, you go into a building, there's a lot of enemies, and a lot of them just take like one too many bullets that I wasn't holding, and then like they just riddled me, and I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna crawl outside. That guy could revive me. No, he could shoot me in the head and take all my stuff.
Yeah, people are really mean in the dark zone, because you do get marked as a rogue. So if you shoot somebody in the dark zone who's not shot you first, you get a big red thing above your head, and other people get extra EXP for gunning you down. So there's an incentive to hunt down people who are being mean, and I guess there's also a disincentive to try and turn on people. But I've had people just randomly turn on me for no reason. We were just in the middle of the street, we'd shot some enemies. There were two other dudes who I was completely ignoring, just kind of pottering around. And suddenly I get bullets whizzing past my face. They both turn rogue and start chasing me down the street.
Because why not?
Because why not? I kind of veer off into thinking, yeah, buildings are full of enemies. Buildings are always full of enemies. I like duck into a building, kind of round a corner, Alien Isolation style, kind of huddle in the corner, aggro some of the enemies. They'd both rush in and just get riddled with bullets as I kind of sneak past them and leg it out.
I worked out it was way too easy to go rogue as well.
Yeah, you do
it was.
gently.
I think it was like 3 bullets that hit other players, and then you've gone rogue and you get this big X, which I found did not work when you're fighting one of the bosses that spawns in the street, because you get like agents coming from both ends, and then if you miss the boss, the bullets would occasionally go over the boss's shoulder, hit another player, you've suddenly gone rogue, and then like
everybody shooting you.
Yeah, everybody turns on you, and I had quite a nice gun at that point, and it was just gone forever.
Well, somebody else probably has it by now.
It's in a better place.
Yeah, somebody else's swag bag that will get deleted when the beta's over. But I quite enjoyed it. I don't know, I had quite a lot of fun. We went in as a group of 3, and that was pretty cool.
See, I have a feeling that I'm gonna hate that game, purely on the basis that I love messing other people up, like in war games. Like, try get at me. That'd be so much
a bit
funny.
evil.
I am evil. But I'm not very good at shooting, so
yeah,
I'd be like,
the shooting's hard.
I want to do evil stuff. Uh-oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, this isn't Battlefront. The shooting's really hard.
I made the mistake of going, first thing I did when I went into the Dark Zone, I was like level 5, and was just like, I'm going to turn on everyone that I meet because no one else has come up with this plan. And I went in, shot a level 8, and it was like the equivalent of like a 4-year-old accidentally going into like the big kids area, and they all just turned around. I was like, uh-oh. Pretend it wasn't you, and I've got this big red skull over my head, just being like, in cover, being like, just go away now. I didn't mean to do that. I missed.
I was shooting at a rat. I'm sorry.
I got startled and dropped the controller.
Yeah. But, like, so many people just don't seem to need an excuse. They will just shoot you anyway.
I did like that they have matchmaking for a squad, though. It's just like, regardless of free roam, dark zone, or a mission, you could matchmake a squad with similar rank and skills to you, which I enjoyed quite a lot because none of my friends were playing online at the time that I did. And so it works. So it's like, it's a squad-based shooter where, you know, if you don't have a squad, they have catered to it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to matchmake than it is in Destiny. And if, I don't know, well, we didn't notice if anybody else has microphones, but if it's anything like Rainbow Six Siege, half the people won't have microphones or won't have them turned on. Which I think in some of the things you really have to cooperate. It's really not easy. Like, maybe were just undergeared doing the missions we were, but some of the enemies are really tough and they really hurt you. And step out of cover a little bit too long and you're just dead.
And jumping jacks and like surrendering just did not work on them either.
Jumping jack.
It was the best emote in the whole beta. You just like suddenly start doing star jumps.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see a gif of just a line of about 20 people just doing star jumps.
They're training.
Mm.
Exercise.
I'm curious how they're going to do the whole loot thing, obviously, because it's been mentioned by loads of people, because brown knee pads and Deerstalker hats just aren't quite as exciting as some of the stuff you get in Destiny, for example, or in WoW, or in other RPGs, and the clothes are quite mundane. Like, I had, by the end of the beta, I had 6 pairs of sneakers, and I was like, okay, let me find the cool ones. These ones are brown, these ones are lighter brown, these super trendy ones are a lighter shade of brown, and these other ones are even a different shade of brown, and they were the same model, just slightly different shades.
Aw, I'm
Cool.
disappointed. I was half expecting you were going to say, and these ones are gold!
Well, I'm hoping that once you get higher levels and you get cooler gear, you can have like a pink parka jacket or a clown hat or something a bit different. Like, I found a beanie and I found a Deerstalker hat, and we were walking around, and my 2 friends, one of them at one point was like, how did you get the hat?
I found a bright orange puffer coat. So I wore that, and I basically was Kenny from South Park.
That's awesome.
The problem is, I went into the Dark Zone, and quite a few people on mic did work that out, and they were like, hey, that's Kenny. What does Kenny do best? Oh, yeah. Shoot him.
Oh, God.
So I think that also works against you if you have a bright pink
Yeah,
jacket
super,
or something.
super bright.
You're just like, that guy's a bigger target.
Yeah, pink hat's probably not a good idea. But still, it would make it more exciting. Like, I got this new piece of gear, and it's not just the numbers. Like, I'm fine with the guns, I have played enough Battlefield and Call of Duty in order to just get excited by the fact that my gun's got bigger numbers than the previous gun. Or look, it has a scope. I had so much fun with a marksman rifle, because a lot of people just didn't seem to use marksman rifles at all. And I was in the Dark Zone, and there was me and this other guy on the other side of the road, and he was up in a building, and he would just pop his head up, and I would just headshot him for half his health, and then he'd just kind of scrabble back down and then wait for some shot to come back. Use a med pack, pop his head back up, I would just snipe at him again. And this lasted for about 10 minutes till he just legged it. I'm like, I'm not killing this lady. This is fine.
So you're looking forward to the full game then?
Yeah, it's gonna be good fun. I'm hoping that there'll be enough quests and that the city will be exciting enough. The quests in the city will be exciting enough, because we did one that was like a missing persons, which just, we wandered around alleyways and listened to weird 3D recordings and then found somebody in their flat. Thank goodness.
Oh, was that woman's sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't complete that. It was too tough.
Yeah.
But are you looking forward to the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's a couple things which I'm intrigued by. There was a couple menu things that were locked off in the beta where it made me wonder. Like, one was about temperature of like your gear and basically how warm it keeps you.
Oh,
So
really?
I like to
notice
imagine that this is completely unconfirmed. I've heard nothing on it, but there might be like blizzards or something where you've got to stay inside, or you've got to have like a certain amount to go outside.
Oh, that would be cool. That would
makes
be
sense.
Interesting. Or you could just log off and come back later, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Mess up your Sundays. Like, well, I don't have a big puffy parka jacket, so I'm a bit stuffed.
Someone stole my orange one.
That'd be awful if they could loot your corpse of the stuff that you've legitimately earned already, not just your picked up contaminated items. They're just there stripping the clothes off your body. It's like, no!
No, my gloves! It took me so long to find them.
Oh dear.
Okay, so I've been playing a little game this week that you might have heard of. It's called The Witness.
What?
Uh-huh.
Never heard of.
No? Have any of you played it?
I have not witnessed the witness.
Well, Sunday you heard me ranting about, well, not ranting, talking about it. I started playing it last Thursday. I completed it yesterday.
Oh wow.
Wow, I heard there's like 40 hours of it.
It didn't take me 40 hours. I think it took me between 16 and 18. And about 4 or 5 of those, I wasn't actually doing anything.
Oh, what were you doing?
I was doing something in the game which required me to do nothing. There's yeah, I don't know how spoilery I should get. Are any of you planning on playing it?
Nah.
No.
I know Alex shouldn't, because this is not Alex's game. So, The Witness is a puzzle exploring game where you go around solving line puzzles, and there's not really a plot. I absolutely adored it. I was like I said, I was talking to Alex last Sunday about it, and it kept me sane on the weekend. I had builders over, and if I didn't have those puzzles, I would have punched someone. So that's the power of puzzles in me. But although I think I'd completed, by the end of the game, I'd completed 435 puzzles.
Wow.
Yeah, I hadn't actually completed. There's one more trophy I need to get, which I'm hoping to get tonight. And this is the one where I think 80% of the people will not get it because it's so difficult. So we'll see. I'll try that one. But doing the puzzles is nice and relaxing. I adore doing puzzle games. But when you get to what I suppose would be the substance of the game or the plot of the game, it annoyed the hell out of me. There was some videos which you could unlock, but you don't need to unlock them. There's no reason for this. You have to go around finding secret codes in secret rooms to unlock these secret videos for no achievements, and it has no impact on the game.
What?
There's 6 videos about different existential topics. There's a couple about physics. There's a couple about the meaning of self and your experience and crap like that. And there's one in which you just watch a guy carry a candle from one side of a courtyard to the other. He does it several times. Once he gets to the other side, he dies.
Wow.
That's riveting. Please continue.
That's so deep.
I spent 4 hours watching these videos.
I have to relive my life.
Yeah,
Somehow.
on Monday night, Coleman was editing one of his animations, and I was playing it. So I thought, all right, I only want to be on here for an hour, so I'm gonna go just put on the videos, and then I'll go do a couple of puzzles and go to bed. I sat there for half an hour on one video, which was like a lecture, and I was like, this is pretentious twaddle.
I've been to uni, been there, done that.
Like the first one, I thought, ooh, is this actually meant to do with physics? Because if you look at the environment and all the puzzles you do, you think, oh, is this just a giant physics experiment looking at the creation of the Earth? That one actually got me thinking, and I think that was Andrew Blows' original intent. Then the other ones are complete waffle. And the last one, it's not actually a video. It's the guy starts off telling you that, because have you ever seen the total eclipse of the sun? And you just see
eclipse of a heart.
Turn around.
bright eyes. And then the bottom left-hand corner is just a circle of light, and you have it just goes across the screen and becomes an eclipse. And I think it must have been 45 minutes to an hour that video was running.
What?
So I just put it on, and I was playing Pocket Mortys on my tablet and Fallout Shelter, and then I made some dinner, and then I did some cleaning, and then came back, it was still on. I was like, okay, so that's done. And I thought something was going to pop, because that was my last one. Like, no achievement, no trophy, no nothing. Then I went around and finishing the rest of the puzzles. Got to the end. Most unsatisfying ending ever. I was actually furious.
Wow, what happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
Cut to black.
Not quite that.
And it was all a dream.
Hi, this is Coleman from the Big Red Barrel UK podcast, and coincidentally the editor of this here podcast. Yes, I'm putting it together, and at this point I realise that Lauren does actually give away the entire ending of The Witness. So if you are playing it, considering it, playing it, really interesting and don't want it spoiled for you, then you're going to have to skip forward by about 3 minutes from the point of when I say so. Yes, so, sorry, jump in from podcast to podcast, but yeah, got to give you that little warning, so consider this your spoiler warning. Bye!
It actually gets a little bit worse, because you get into this lift, and it starts flying around the island, showing you everything you've done. And it starts undoing the puzzles and turning off everything you've done. So I'm there. My heart is just sinking. It's like, I have spent 20 hours doing this. What the hell are you doing? And they just fly you around doing this, and then they fly you back to the start of the game and just leave you there.
So you can do it all again.
Yeah, no real exposition. Just some pretentious waffle, couple of sentences, and then it's done.
So the 80-hour game is 20 hours gameplay, 60 hours video?
Yeah, probably. But then I got a secret ending, which again I thought I'd get achievement for, but I didn't. Which you can get right at the start of the game without even leaving the first area. And you go into this special kind of hotel secret area which overlooks the entire island. And you can go around and find these audio logs, which are the credits. And then you poodle through. And this is a spoiler, so Alex, at the start of this, put spoiler warning.
Spoiler
on the
warning!
show notes. You leave the game, and you go into Andrew Blow's head.
Who is Andrew Blow?
The guy who created it.
Jonathan
okay.
Blow.
So, Jonathan Blow. Why am I saying Andrew? And you go into the real world, and apparently he's been plugged into the game, and kind of like the Matrix styley. So you see him unplug himself. You see his little piss bottle on the floor because he's been attached by a catheter.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah. And then he gets up, stumbles about, falls over. And then he just starts knocking crap about and just banging stuff. And wandering around this office and eating cookies and leaving them half eaten on the side. It's like, you bloody messy gits, tidy up.
That's the dream, though.
But it's like, this is pretentious waffle.
I thought you said cookies, then.
There was
Not waffle.
cookies. Yeah. I would have appreciated waffle.
That's so bad.
It was. It was good though. But like on Saturday and Sunday, and Monday actually, I was talking to people about this game. I was like, "Oh, I really like it. It's awesome. I've done this puzzle, and we were discussing how to do the puzzles. Last night, I was furious. It's like that. It was just. I keep saying it, but it's so unsatisfying. I haven't read any of the reviews, but I know everyone's saying it's amazing and all that stuff. And the puzzles are, and it looks beautiful, and it's really cool going around it, but the end is crap.
See, that would annoy me if I'd invested all that time and been like, okay, now I've got to get... Like, I'm not too bothered about achievement, but just some kind of closure? Like, well done, you've done the game.
There's no closure at all. They just turned off all the puzzles.
I'm gonna go Mass Effect on you, but was the journey great though?
Oh, yeah. It's very pretty. I wandered around. I got to do puzzles. It reminded me of the, the puzzle games I used to play in browsers when I was younger, like Archipelago and, the Room Escapes. Because I used to play a lot of these kind of games when I was younger, but you got out of the room with those. You got to escape. They just put you back at the start and told you sod all. So.
Speaking of Mass Effect, was it just like a case of you chose the wrong elevator? I mean, if you chose a different coloured elevator, maybe it would have ended up better.
Sadly, no.
Oh, damn.
There's only one. Oh, another thing that really annoyed me. I found a way to get to the secret area with, like, the bit for the extra trophy. I thought, oh, that's fine, because I've completed everything. All I have to do is go back up to the top of the mountain, activate this one thing, and I can do it. My last save was at puzzle 435, which puts me inside the elevator with the doors shut.
Oh.
I can't get out. My save before that, because the game autosaves, if you go into load game, it will forcibly save for you, so you can get that back. But I hadn't saved between 375 and 435.
Oof.
So luckily, I only have one area to finish off before I can go back up to do the secret area. But it's like, for Pete's sake.
This game sounds like my personal nightmare.
Yeah, I think you'd absolutely hate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, I was really tempted to get it because I thought, oh, it looks really pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but I thought all the puzzles were three-dimensional. They were built into the world, kind of Fez style.
There are some environmental puzzles because, oh, that's another thing. There's these things called obelisks around the place, so they kind of look like an ornate version of the monolith from 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
But it's got it's like a cross between the runestones from Fifth Element and a monolith.
Okay.
And you can go around and at certain angles you'll see outlines of the puzzles in the environment. Because the puzzles always start off with a circle, end with a semicircle. And if you click on and you trace it, it will create a pattern on the obelisk. I haven't completed an obelisk, but I don't know what it's for, because it seems to have no actual consequence on the game. There's no trophy. It doesn't seem to affect your gameplay in any way. There's no point. It's like the bloody videos.
Do you reckon the whole game's a social experiment? It's just that everything is like, how far can we push you before you go, no more. And you're just not getting it yet.
Was it Molyneux who did that?
I think so.
can't remember.
Well, Molyneux did the cube and then Goddess.
Yep. That's the one I was thinking of. Maybe. Because, like, Braid's meant to be quite
Braid is...
existential, isn't it?
It is, but Braid is also a great platform puzzler with some actually quite interesting mechanics, and yeah, you never run out of that back in time potion, as someone on a video so well says.
But like, hasn't the like story actually got several meanings and interpretations?
Yeah.
At least that has a story.
Yeah, Braid's got a story and everything, and you're kind of slowly piecing it all together, and the bomb is the princess, and I can't remember, it's been so long. And
the bomb is the princess, the guy is the nuclear scientist who's been involved with making the bomb, and then the knight is the government or people trying to stop him or something. Something like that.
Yeah, there's something deep and meaningful, but that was a great game in and of itself. I guess if the puzzles in The Witness were fun to do, you don't expect Sudoku to shake your hand once you've completed it and go, oh, well done you, you're very clever.
But it stays done.
True.
It doesn't undo itself. It doesn't show you undoing itself.
That really bugged you, didn't it?
Oh, it killed me last night because I had a crap day. I had a crap day at work. It's free and rubbish. I was still annoyed about the builders the weekend because they may have broken my washing machine and all. I found that out yesterday, so I just sat down, played The Witness, and then that happened, and I was just swearing all the way to bed.
It could have been worse. The builders could have been there whilst that happened.
Oh, they would have been through the window.
And then they'd have to get more builders to fix the window.
Maybe
and it's just a cycle.
Yeah. Vicious circle. Om nom nom. Okay, so if you like puzzles, try The Witness. Just don't get too invested in it, or you might get upset like I did.
Just don't finish it, basically.
Just don't finish it.
Oh, but my Twitter feed has been nothing but people posting their scrapbooks of them figuring out the puzzles. It's like, yes, well done. You had to write something down for a game. Great.
Yeah, I did that, but I took pictures and I've got on my S notes, I've got little drawings.
Oh.
Yeah. I was invested in it.
I remember sitting and playing Riven with my mum and having to take notes and missed, and that was just how it was.
So hopefully Alex's game is a bit of a happier note. What have you been playing?
I'm not playing games because you guys decided all to talk about games, and I needed to talk about something else. So I'm talking about a TV show.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
Ah.
Indeed it is. It's called The Expanse, and it's a TV show on Sci-Fi. And I was kind of talking about the TV show and the series of books it's based on a couple of times, but every time I listen back to it, I just never properly explain what it is. And it really frustrates me because both the books and the TV show are really, really, really good. And I want people to understand how good they are, but I'm being really crap at explaining how good it is. So take whatever number it is. I'm gonna try again. So Expanse is sort of a space opera that is also mystery science fiction kind of thing. So there's a mystery happening that everyone's trying to figure out, but it all happens 200 years in the future, where a solar system was completely colonized, and you have the Earth with the Moon, which is one government, sort of governed by United Nations. You have Mars, who are a military force. And then you have outer belts, which basically just mine the asteroids, and I think they're mostly Earth dependent. But the kind of an interesting thing about it is that because they've obviously it merged from people being from different countries are a little bit different. It turned into be people from different planets are a little bit different, to the point that people that live in an asteroid belt, they've grown out in the low G environment, so they're all sort of very tall, and they have kind of like a bit of disformities in their skeletal structure and weird. They have sort of their own they use English, but they modified it a little bit. That only Belters understand. They have their own like language. So instead of showing thumbs up, they do something else because they're a very different culture. And then Mars, obviously, very military orientated. They're like the strong military power. They have the best spaceships and so on. And the story basically switches around between different places it happens. Now, the TV series is slightly different to the book. Mainly because they in the TV series they included the character that only comes into play in the second book. So she's absolutely awesome. And I'm gonna mispronounce her name because it's really hard to pronounce, but her name is Christian Avasarala, I think. And that's how you pronounce. And she's sort of undersecretary to the United Nations. And she is the most kick-out woman out of all kick-out women you've ever met. Like, it's just, she's so determined. The way she speaks is just, she takes absolutely no shit. Sorry for swearing, but she takes none of it. You know, she's incredibly clever. What was something, I think she is one of the lines that I really like of her, that she was kind of trying to get someone else to do something, and she was promising, God, I don't have this on my phone. I can't remember the line. I'm gonna come back to the line because it's great. Anyway, so they kind of introduce her into the first season. Obviously, because she's not in the first book, she doesn't have a lot to do, and most of her stuff is kind of very political. But I'm pretty sure you know the actress that plays her. She's again, I'm gonna mispronounce her name, Shohran Akadashlu. Anyone know who I'm talking about? She's quite famous voice actress as well.
What has she been in voiced?
Well, I know her from being voiced in, like, Mass Effect. Which is how I know her.
Who did she play in Mass Effect?
She's one of the Tally's people.
Oh, yeah, no, I think I know who you mean.
She's Admiral Shalaran.
Yeah, I know the Mass Effect character and I know the voice, but I just can't remember the person. Yeah.
Anyway, she is very, like, interesting, very raspy kind of voice. She was in House and Grimm and Bones, a lot of TV shows. She's not a big, like, movie person, but she's in a lot of TV shows. I'm trying to see if she's in something super...
She's in X-Men The Last Stand as a doctor.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a major role. If you know how to pronounce it, please send help, because I need some. Anyway, but other than that, the story mainly focused on the crew of the ship called Resonante, and they were kind of built together. They were just the group of people who were working on the ice freighter, and they caught a distress signal from an abandoned ship. This group of people went to explore. There was no one on the ship. They had to leave, and then they watched their ice freighter with all the other people they were working with for however they were mining this asteroids being exploded by what they presume is a Martian ship.
Oh.
And they broadcast that information, and they basically disturbed this very, very delicate balance between the Earth and the Mars and the Belt, who are kind of already in a war between each other because they're trying to grab all the power in the solar system, which is kind of becoming small for them now. So they kind of start the war, and then there is a mystery of what actually happened on that missing ship, because there used to be this girl who is a daughter of the very famous, I think he's like a businessman who lives in Luna, and there's a Belter detective called Miller who is looking for her. So it's all this different, completely like from Earth, from Belt, and from somewhere like floating in space, 3 different storylines that intertwine together in the same story. And this is more realistic, kind of. Like, when I say space opera, it's purple space opera. I don't remember if you guys remember a Star Wars episode, and I was talking about, you know, how Star Wars space travel is basically incredibly unrealistic, and how this show, for example, that they proper show, you know, when you travel at greater speeds, your body suffers, and you need your drugs, and you need everything, you know, to hold you together and to help you to survive from a very hard gravity push. So they do that kind of stuff, and it's a really great TV show.
It sounds very Asimov, because when you were describing the solar system and the factions and everything, I was just thinking of Foundation books.
I haven't read Foundation.
He's making me think of Halo, but that's
yeah.
I'm biased on it.
Oh, you should read Foundation, all the Asimov books. They're so good.
My reading list is so long. I'll put it on there.
Yeah, but you.
My reading list is The Martian at the moment.
Yes, do it. Do it.
I'm like partway through, and I meant to read it on the train down, and then I got halfway through the train and went, I'm gonna start reading it. And I've left it at home,
Oh.
and I've been trying for weeks to read that book. It's not that it's a bad book. I love it. I'm just not a great reader. I don't finish things.
Yeah. Well,
I love the film though.
yes, both the film and the book are great. But no, the TV. Sorry, coming back to the TV show. It's really good. There aren't many actors who I think you would know from anything else, which is also great.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah, the only probably person who you would know is Thomas Jane, and he's great, by the way. He's really good as Detective Miller.
He's the vegan police.
Yeah.
The vegan police.
The vegan police from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh.
And it's just a really great story. I mean, I've said on many occasions that this is the only book series that's consistently every single book is really, really great. And the TV show is going and just, it's been doing good. Even though it's sci-fi, and I don't really love that many sci-fi shows. Like I was watching
Syfy.
Sorry?
Is it on Sci-Fi?
Yeah.
Syfy. It's Syfy.
So
That's not sci-fi, that's Syfy.
Syfy?
Syfy.
Syfy?
Syfy.
I have no idea what's
Sorry.
going on right now.
Sorry.
I think we're making noises at this point.
Syfy. Okay, sorry, carry on.
No, it's pretty much it. They've already been greenlit for a second season, which is going to be early 2017, which is a good sign! And, the only other warning I'd give is that, if you live in UK, good luck finding the show by proper legal means. Not that I have been watching it illegally. I'm not saying anything like that. But
That
it's
would be
hard
very
because it's in
irresponsible.
sci-fi or sci-fi US, but it's not here.
Oh, okay.
But it's worth having a search for it. Done. Yep.
Okay, Josh, are you going to talk to us about Halo porn? According
No.
to our agenda.
I believe it or not, as much as I like Halo, I've never got to the point where I've researched Halo porn, so unfortunately, although I can get a pretty good idea of what it might be about, I don't think I'm the best to mention that. I have been racking my brain of anything I could bring to the table. I've been watching that Lucifer thing that
yeah.
was on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any good?
Well, I didn't know it was based on a comic, and my friend informed me, and I haven't read the comic, but, apparently it's a comic. And I liked it. I enjoyed it, but there was one thing that I just couldn't get past, and once again, I'm slightly biased on this. It's Castle. It's the exact same premise as Castle. And
Really?
yeah, it's guy meets girl detective. Guy is irresistible, but somehow the girl resists him. And
you just described
they-
every anime ever.
It's kind of hard to resist Nathan Fillion, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
isn't
guy's
it
No.
not
Fillion?
Nathan Fillion, is he?
No. Lucifer isn't Nathan Fillion.
Exactly.
He's also
Oh.
a handsome man, but
Good British
he's-
accent as well.
he's not Nathan Fillion. But anyway, it is very enjoyable. But it was one of those things where I had to watch the first 10 minutes going, so this is Castle.
It's Tom Ellis.
Huh?
Tom Ellis, who was in Miranda.
I've lost a lot of respect for that guy now.
Ellis.
I'm going to stop watching Lucifer. I'm sorry.
So
I feel
what's
bad.
the basic? So lady detective meet guy detective. What's the rest of the premise?
Basically,
of the show?
Lucifer is Lucifer as in the Bible, the
Yeah.
devil. And he quits hell. And he decides to set up a nightclub in LA, I think.
Yeah, hello.
And he's hanging out with various different people, like, getting into all kinds of mischief because he's the devil. And one of his confidant actress friends gets shot. and he starts investigating because, he wants to avenge her. And there's a police detective that's also looking into the murder, and they kind of team up in a very Castle-esque
I was
ridiculousness.
about to go, and an unlikely friendship occurs. If these two, it's like, no, please don't. Oh, no, okay, that is what we're going for.
It's okay. It's not as forced as it sounds like, but
You mean horrendously forced?
it is not. Okay, it might be a little bit horrendously forced, but it's enjoyable. That's the main point. It's enjoyable, and I did like all the actors and actresses in it, and like even the smaller cast members. Like there's I think he's a rapper or something in the first episode, and I just found him hilarious. His reaction to various different parts of the conversation, like basically Lucifer was saying, "Yeah, I'm Satan," and he's like, "I don't believe you." Then he does something. He's like, his reaction is just priceless. And so even the smaller parts of the show, I'm really enjoying, and I would recommend it. But
I used to love Castle to the point where I actually read the books by Richard Castle.
Be very careful about what you say right now.
Yeah, I read the Nikki Heat books, about 3 of them. It was about 5 years ago. I was very, very lonely.
What?
Before I moved to London, there wasn't much on the Isle of Wight.
Are they like
So,
Are they like those vampire and werewolf books you see in the sci-fi section of Waterstones, and it's like,
Hey,
They
what
look-
do you have against Laurell K. Hamilton? Those books are priceless.
No, children.
the Nikki Heat are like those,
I'm gonna phone Google this. Karen talking. I'm gonna phone Google
those like weird detective novels with like the femme fatale who has a troubled childhood and then has to go fight crime and saves the day and overcomes lots of things because she's a female with big tits. And then but
I might need to read this book.
yeah, well, it's written by Nathan Fillion's character Richard Castle, and I did enjoy Castle. I think for the first 4 seasons.
Before
No,
they
it's
hook
still
up.
great today.
Yeah,
Before
I just
they
kind of.
hook up.
Oh yeah, they hooked up,
Blimey.
and then
It
Then
was
I
great
kind of-
before they hook up.
yeah, and then I kind of lost a bit of interest, and I do mean to go back to it, but I can't be bothered to try and find the series right now, and most of them aren't on the appropriate streaming channels at the moment. So maybe I'll try Lucifer to get me back into that frame of
Yeah.
mind.
I'm not actually sure how many episodes there were. I've watched the first one.
There's 2 so far.
Okay, I haven't watched the second one, so it could have all gone downhill by the second episode. Do not take my word for it.
Yeah, there should be 12 episodes in this season, and one a week. You should get another one on the 8th. The second episode came out on Monday, on the 1st. So yeah, I'll have a check of that out.
I want Auntie Alex doing dramatic readings of some of these Laurell K. Hamilton books.
Oh, you take Laurell K. Hamilton. Oh,
Specific-
have I not talked about those before?
No, I
No, I
specifically
think-
want A Caress of Twilight,
Okay,
Um,
guys. So this is
Divine
priceless.
Misdemeanors, Guilty Pleasures, Lunatic
Oh,
Cafe.
okay.
Are you just reading your bookshelf right now?
No, I just some interesting Google. Seduced by Moonlight.
Juiced by moonlight.
Okay, this is a bit. I don't know what I'm saying, but this I found this hilarious. So this book series actually started pretty awesome because you have this character, and I think she's something to do from memory. And I've read this book so many years ago. I probably shouldn't have been reading them, and I was reading them again. But hey, too late for it now. But she's like a deaf animator. She animates dead people to solve crimes, or for people, to say their last
one of
words,
them.
or something like this. But there are other sort of supernatural.
Or like a medium.
Yeah, she's like a medium, exactly.
Or a necromancer.
Both together. Anyway.
Okay.
So, and then she did this in the past or in the spirit of time. She also hunts vampires or something, and the vampires live in the city.
Oh, as you do. As you do.
Things happen.
It's the logical next step.
Yeah, come on. But the point was the first 1 or 2 books were pretty good, like, mystery novels, which, with a bit of flirtation and a bit some random, she won a bit, what? Say what? But they were okay. They were nice. And then by the book 3, you're kind of getting okay. She's gonna hook up with either this werewolf or with this vampire. whose name is Jean-Claude. Okay, the vampire's name is Jean-Claude. It's serious,
Van
you
Damme?
guys. And then by book 4, you're like, okay, come on, they got it. They gotta hook up. just give us something. Book 5, you're just sitting there. Come on, hook up. Can't wait anymore.
Come on, bang.
Kiss, please, already.
Now kiss.
Book 6, they finally have sex, and you're like, whew. Okay. After book 7, she starts humping anything that bloody walks.
Maybe
You shag once, you shag 'em all now.
Maybe that
It
book
becomes
just sold
chapter
really
after
well.
chapter of an absolute porn.
Well, she
You're
found
just
her
like, and you're like
niche.
saying like, what happened? Where is the
So that's the
story?
one you're reading. That's the one you're going to read to us.
Why?
Yeah, that one.
Why is everyone just having sex? And it's like for the most ridiculous reason. Because she gets bitten. So the Jean-Claude person, he is a
Right,
vampire
so with the sex
slash...
bug.
He's a vampire slash succubus.
Slash
So
werewolf.
he not only needs to feed on blood, he needs to feed on sex as well. so he bites her, and for some reason that kind of makes her become part succubus too. But then a couple of werewolves bite her, and then she needs a specific brand of that werewolf to have sex with her to satisfy her too. And it just goes on and on and on and
That is
on.
that is a niche fetish, I gotta say. That is a very
people
niche
have written,
fetish.
like dinosaur porn books. That is like as mainstream as it gets.
I'm now just a bit terrified because you were saying all that, and then I heard the dinosaur porn, and I was just looking back at the agenda going, oh no, there's probably a Halo porn out there.
Of
course there is.
Yes, but the thing is, now I'm starting to think that there's a whole thing with Vampire Halo, and
Oh, probably.
they're all merging together. No, please don't Google
Oh,
that.
no,
That's
hey.
not...
There is a fun fic about this somewhere.
Probably. No, there was actually
Found it.
a really no, there was a really interesting article that was posted about with writers, people who write smut like ebooks, because it's become a big booming market, especially with like Kindles where the
There's
readers
loads
can
on
read
the free
whatever.
Kindle store.
Yeah, and not just the free
When I
one,
got
the
it at
paid
Christmas,
one.
I was going through all the free books to download, and it's just like, smut, 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 smut. Where's the actual books?
Yeah, and they were saying
You have to pay for those.
No, like no, the authors.
Wait, hold on. Does The Martian take a twist or something that I'm not aware of?
No, the authors were saying like you find your niche, and as weird as it may be, there are going to be people who want something new and different. Maybe it's, trees that come to life and bang she-werewolves, and then stuff happens, and then they turn into fish or whatever. Someone out there's going to have that fetish, and you find your niche, and then you just churn them out. You churn them out, and that's like the only way you make money of that.
Look, if Destiel is a thing, anything is a thing.
Yeah. But I just love that she's like a vampire, succubus, werewolf, so she has to have sex with a certain type of werewolf and then drink a Bloody Mary.
Pretty much.
Because she got bitten by a hobo as well.
And just imagining someone going into like Dragon's Den or something and being like, I want to write a book. They're like, what's your book about? Well, picture this. And he just gets out this big list of stuff and be like, all of these things have sex.
And these are just two people.
Yeah, you've got your unicorn Cthulhu. And then like,
amazing.
I can't even continue.
You have to create a sex scenario to incorporate all of our weirdness now. So you've got me with Unicorn Cthulhu. Keep going.
Okay.
Carry on.
So
Look, if you say anal sex, that's really not imaginable.
okay then. Well,
Or elves.
Or
Elves
elves.
for you.
No.
Just
There's
soulless.
been
so
so many
no
things-
elf butts then.
No.
Damn. That was where I was going to, but you know.
Okay, fine. Elf butts count.
No. You've talked me out of it now. I don't. I'm just gonna backtrack quite a lot because I'm all out of ideas.
Well,
I
you
think I'm
started
gonna stop
off
you.
strong. Unicorn
Yeah,
Cthulhu.
start off strong. And I'm going to stop you because this is the second episode in a row now that we've descended into smut talk at the end. Last week it was about a twerking sex toy.
Oh yeah.
And now
no, that
it's about...
wasn't that the week before that?
That was the week before. We had
Was it?
one, we had one episode of Sanity, and then we diverged in here again.
We didn't even go into detail about Mr. Manhattan Schwung either, so I think
No.
it was pretty mature
I
last
know.
week. Okay, on that note, let's do some listeners' questions. So, Dermot asks, what is the most criminally underrated, overrated movie, game, comic show, book you have encountered? Delete as applicable.
What?
Yeah.
What? Can you go through that again? What is
Okay,
the most
so-
of the what?
okay,
What now?
Monica, open the agenda. There's listener's question there. Read it.
I'm drawing Unicorn Cthulhu.
Yay! She's fine, she can draw a unicorn.
I'm glad you're handling that.
Overrated Destiny.
Oh yes! Oh god! Such an overrated game.
If anyone
Okay.
says Halo right now, I'm going to...
I was going to
leave
say
the room.
FIFA.
Well, can you tell me the question again? What is the most
Okay.
overrated?
Criminally underrated or overrated something. So movie, game, comic, show, or book you have encountered.
Underrated Halo ODST. That isn't just me being biased because of Nathan Fillion and Halo.
ODST is
No one
great.
talks about it. It is the best story. It's the best character in a Halo game. Sorry. I got a little bit choked up because I started thinking of Nathan Fillion again. Oh, that
He's
sounds
got-
bad. That sounds so bad.
He's got a good ass. He's got a stupendous ass. Well, he did in Firefly. He's probably still good, just a bit wider.
It's a
More
bit
cushion
more
for the
squishy.
pushing, eh? Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't say that.
Okay. Alex, what did you say?
Okay, so I'm gonna go about books again. I'm trying to unbalance your games with my books.
Oh, I'm gonna go movie, so don't worry.
Okay, cool. So this is a book that I think it's underrated because it's kind of forgotten and no one remembers it anymore, but it used to be pretty famous. But it's called Chronicles of Vampire by Roger Zelazny, and it's a great fantasy parallel worlds kind of book. And there's actually 10 of them, and the story hasn't finished, and unfortunately Roger Zelazny has died, but you can get pretty good idea about what they are. And the first 5 are narrated from a point of view of Corvin, and then the second 5 are narrated from a point of view of his son Merlin. So they're pretty cool fantasy parallel worlds, that kind of stuff. They've written ages ago. They're pretty old. Well, not ages ago, 70s I think, 70s and 80s. But kind of everyone is like, oh, George R. R. Martin, oh, Pat Rothfuss, and it's like, no, there are other cool people out there. So yeah, there you go. Check out Roger Zelazny. He wrote all other kinds of fantasy books, which are amazing.
I have one. It is from one of my favorite directors, Trey Parker of South Park fame, and it's his first movie called Cannibal the Musical. It's about the story of a well-known I'll say legend, in Colorado, Alfred Packer, who was leading an expedition across the Rocky Mountains through a storm and apparently ate his entire party.
Ew.
Yeah, so it is one of his first movies, so the camera work and everything, it isn't perfect, but the songs are absolutely fantastic and so catchy. You can, it's just Trey Parker and Matt Stone through and through. And everyone should watch it, because it is awesome. And it may still be on Netflix, I'm not sure. Check it out.
Cool.
I'm trying to
Monica,
think.
you got one?
I've been trying to think the whole time. If it's underrated and overrated.
Or overrated.
I've got a underrated movie.
Yeah, go for
Go
it.
for it.
It was actually, I can't remember whether it was Big Red Barrel Flicks did it or the previous website that we will not name. They did a Be Kind Rewind of Black Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
And I hadn't heard of the movie beforehand, went in, absolutely loved it, and it's now my favourite film. It's sort of a kind of intentionally bad film, sort of like, is it Kung Pao? That martial arts movie that they intentionally filmed just terribly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's along those lines, and it's just the talent of the people to go from underacting to overacting to underacting in one sentence is phenomenal. And so, so I'd really recommend it. I don't think it's on Netflix. I bought it on DVD on Amazon for about £3, and it was the best £3 I've ever spent. So I'd recommend watching it.
I'm still trying to think of something.
Right, we're going to do the shout-outs so you can keep thinking.
Yeah,
So, Bleezy, do you want to do the forums?
Is he on the forums? Does he have to shout out himself?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
not
he
sure
does.
if I have to shout out
You
myself.
have to shout out yourself.
Okay, shout outs to Oryx Houdini1, myself, hi me, how's it going? And Cesis.
Okay, Alex, do you want to do Twitter?
Alex does Twitter. Shout out to Will Driver at WillDriver93 and shout out to Nelly at Life Today Live.
And on Facebook, thank to Tij Vogelman. I don't know if I said it right.
To what?
We also have Tij Vogelman,
Alright.
the nice guy on Facebook. One big thing we do want to mention, we want to say congratulations to Big Red Barrel's very own Kev for getting engaged.
And getting a house, apparently.
Yay!
Oh, yes, and doing lots and lots of work on his house, and we expect a big house party where we're all going to come and trash it. No,
Yes.
we won't. We'll be very polite, and we'll make
No,
tea.
we won't.
and
No,
we'll
we
be
won't.
nice.
Spray
I'll bring
paint
cake.
everywhere.
I'll
Toilet
bring
paper.
cake. I'll be nice. Yeah, and as always, I'm going to make the plug for our weekly event, Tabletop Tuesday in Loading Bar in Dalston, London. If you like tabletop games, if you like people, if you like cocktails, come along. Every week we have a new featured game which you could win by just playing the game and let us know. You don't even have to win the game. You just tell us that you played it. You could win it by 10:30 that very night. Sometimes we have developers coming, sometimes we have Kickstarters. And Alex, you have a little bit of information about that, don't you?
I do. So last week we had Ghostal, so which they came, we played, it was awesome. And next week we have a game that is also currently on Kickstarter called Fabulous Beasts.
Oh, that looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Coleman's already, well, he kickstarted it before you even told us they were coming. To be honest, it just looks really cool and weird, and, you know, I like that.
Yeah. No.
Is that the one with the
one
stackable
point-
stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really cool.
The one thing I'm going to mention about Kickstarter, because they haven't actually made the game, so they will have one copy to play together, but they won't have one copy to give away. So what they did instead, for example, with Ghostals, the winner, A, he got a really cute ghost meeple, B, when the game is actually kickstarted, because it looks like that's gonna happen, because a Ghostal is way over their middle part and halfway point, and they've only been there for a week. Anyway, so when they actually kickstart game, that's when the winner of Tabletop Tuesday will get the game. You know, it just so happens because, they're just kickstarting it, they don't have that much money, actually give separate, other games around. Most of them go to reviewers so that, they can promote the game. But if you play a Kickstarter game, one bonus is that you played a game that probably not many people have played yet.
Mm-hmm.
B, you can go check it out and kickstart it if you love it. C, if you win it, you're getting it if it gets kickstarted, which it looks like the two games that we have definitely will.
Yay! So if you would like any more information, you can tweet at us, or you can go to bigredbarrel.com, go to the top left-hand side of the front page, and there is a static post telling you all about the games of that week, and you can post in the forums on that post saying, hello, I want to know more about this game, please. If you do that in quotes and quote me, that'll be awesome too. Alright, if you would like to get in contact with us, you can do so by putting some information down in the forum below. Say hello. You could do it via Twitter at Big Red Barrel using the hashtag Geek Speak, or you can do it directly. I am at the Sweet Shrimp.
I'm a Toesbutts _
Try that again.
I'm a Dusty Tulip _
There we go. Remember the underscore.
Yes, please.
I'm at Monica _IM.
And Bleezy.
I think I'm at Bleezeboy, but I can't actually remember.
See, I'm not the only one. Screw you both.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
we
he
have
hasn't
Monica
been doing this
2.0.
podcast for a year.
Shut up, okay?
Also, I go on Twitter like once a week. It's usually to like and favorite this.
Aww.
Sweet bugger.
See,
Yes.
that's why he's on this podcast.
Yay.
He likes
Yeah,
his way
kiss ass for the
in.
win.
You can also give us a comment on our Facebook page. You can give us a comment and a review on iTunes, which we appreciate very, very much. We are coming up to our year anniversary in about 2 weeks' time.
Oh,
So
really?
if you have anything or any questions you'd like us to talk about, or any suggestions for us to watch, read, or play, please tell us. It's also my birthday that week, so that'd be awesome, because I've got a week off and I need things to do.
Play
So-
Halo.
I'm not playing Halo.
Halo's great. What's wrong with Halo?
I've got everything. Oh, I don't like. Well, I
Play
don't like
Borderlands with me.
I will play Borderlands. I'm sorry I didn't do it on Sunday. Like I said, my internet was being shoddy, and I was playing The Witness. But I'm done with it now. I'm done with The Witness.
Don't play Borderlands.
Get up, come on,
with
down
me.
with The Witness. On that note, I think we should say bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah?
Bye.
Bye.
But.
Oh, I forgot. This is episode 30 of Big Red Barrel Geek.
Yay!
Oh God, let's do bye again.
Bye.
Bye. It's not so much exciting, but.
You and your ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarrel.com for more podcasts, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarrel.com.
I'm pretty sure I get blamed if all this goes wrong, right?
No, we f***ed it up most of the time ourselves. to be honest.
What's Chris in our agenda again?
I don't know.
Paddington, a bear gets loose in London and nobody gets mauled. Praise be the Lord, baby Jesus. What?
Yeah, I thought it was more Bleezy Halo porn.
Wait, what?
No. Bleezy Halo porn, I can believe that.
Wait. 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 Wait.